I'm so excited to be here. I just did my first walk around Bali and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It just feels like the perfect place in Southeast Asia.
Today we are diving headfirst into the heart of Bali, exploring the enchanting cultural heaven of Ubud, catching some waves in Seminyak and chasing the sun on the stunning beaches of Uluwatu. Trust me, you're in for a wild ride, full of unforgettable moments, incredible landscapes and cultural encounters that I'll tell you all about so that you don't miss them. And if we don't know each other yet, I'm Rita and I share my adventure and experience-driven travel mindset, hopefully inspiring others to go beyond their comfort zones and see more. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button so that others can find it as well. But now, let's jump right into the Bali adventure. We will start our journey from Ubud, a green oasis known for its lush rice terraces and cultural heaven known for the welcoming Balinese spiritual atmosphere. We jumped right into the heart of Ubud and stayed at the Kastara resort, where we did not only have an infinity pool with an insane jungle view, but also a private bath on the balcony. That was as crazy as it sounds. It was like paradise on earth, and it was just the beginning of our Bali trip.
Of course, the highlight of the room. Our view and a king-size bed perfectly positioned to view that view. So here's our big bag and it opens up with glass doors to our private bath.
While staying in that bath all day was a tempting idea, we headed out to the city center, and on our way there we encountered this cultural event which was just the perfect welcome to Ubud. Our first stop in Ubud was the famous monkey forest, and I thought, okay, there are some monkeys here and there and I'd love to see even a few of them, but oh wow, how wrong I was. There are hundreds of monkeys everywhere.
It's completely open, the monkeys are in their own habitat and you are a guest walking here. There are some rules to follow to stay safe on both sides, but you get to experience the monkeys from so close. You see them being fed and the people working here help you to take a picture also safely if you want to. But overall, just walking around them, seeing them, it's so cool.
I was actually scared at first to walk past the animals because there are several first aid stations throughout the forest. So getting bitten here happens sometimes, and I did not want that fun. But slowly I got the confidence which was needed because the forest itself is huge and a beauty in itself, so you will want to walk through it all. And if you are wondering how the monkey selfies in Ubud are made, this is how. The employees of the forest get the monkey to sit on you or next to you by offering them some of their favorite foods. In that moment, they are also photographed at the same time and you get that amazing selfie. The crazy thing about the forest is actually also its location.
So that over here is the monkey forest, and then if you rotate, it's the street. There is no gate, there is nothing, and the monkeys are completely free. Technically they could walk into the city as well, but I guess they know they get food and everything they need in the forest.
We ended the day in the city center of Ubud with a delicious pizza, which is also where we encountered our first Balinese rain.
That's crazy rain over here. Never seen rain like this. I mean, literally we could swim on the road now.
The next morning started bright and sunny, inviting us to go out for breakfast.
Today we came for breakfast to the bamboo kitchen over here, and that is the most scenic location of a restaurant I've ever seen. It's in the middle of rice fields. We had to walk in between the rice fields to find this location.
And luckily, the breakfast selection didn't disappoint either.
This is the dessert part of our breakfast. We got pancakes with banana in them, so that is gonna taste amazing. The view is still the rice paddies over here.
The terraced landscapes are not just a sight to behold, but a testament to the rich agricultural traditions of this region. Walking through these fields feels like a step back in time, a chance to witness the timeless practice of rice cultivation that Bali is so famously known for. With our bellies full, we headed back to our private bath for a midday swim, and just like that, it also started raining cats and dogs, making the whole experience even more surreal. After soaking in that insane beauty, it was time to explore further. But yet again, the skies have opened up.
There is a bit of rain here. There's a lot of rain. Since we're staying up in the mountain in Ubud, there is actually a walk or a little hike you can take down to the city center. And this is how it looks like. Absolutely exotic, beautiful. The river is right here down below. The nature is crazy. It's quite insane. It's also a bit slippery when it rains, so be careful.
We made it to a temple in Ubud, where we were covered in long fabrics to cover up our open legs and be respectful towards the Balinese culture. Sadly, lately there have been increasing concerns and headlines about the behavior of tourists in Bali, particularly with regards to respecting the local culture and customs. It's essential for travelers to remember that when visiting this beautiful island, they are guests in a place with a deeply rooted and cherished culture. Bali's people are known for their warmth and hospitality, and it's crucial that tourists return that respect. With lots of restaurants and more entertainment activities for tourists in Ubud to choose from, we stopped at a coconut ice cream place after dinner, which turned out to be a place we returned to a few times.
Got some coconut ice cream. That over here is half a coconut with the flesh. Coconut ice cream has coconut chips as well. So cool. Let's try it off the ice cream. So coconutty. Feels like wow.
And just like that, we started a new day in Ubud. Today, we hired a local guide. His name is Wayan, and he did not only show us some of the best spots around Ubud, but also taught us so much about the Balinese culture and beliefs. What truly stands out for me is the warmth and friendliness of the Balinese people, who welcome visitors with open hearts and physically open doors. But more on that later. For now, we are driving through the green nature to our first destination of the day.
We are visiting the Jative rice terrace, a beautiful, massive rice terrace shortly after harvesting, so shining in green and yellow colors. And actually this rice terrace is UNESCO World Heritage.
The rain didn't stop us from exploring, or the people on the fields from working, which I have the most respect for. In fact, Vayan explained to us the process of rice harvesting, which is so natural to him and so new to us, but we learned a lot throughout the day.
About the watering system, for example. So the water is going from the top to the bottom, making sure that all the rice fields and all the farmers get an equal amount of water, and it is flowing down in a very smart system. You have cows helping you with working on the fields and also using their poo as a fertilizer to keep everything chemical free. And then also when it is harvested, the fields are burnt so that the bugs inside die.
And while there are many hikes around the rice fields that one could do, for us it was time to say bye for now. Our next stop was a very special place. Surrounded by the lake and the towering mountains, this temple offers visitors an opportunity to immerse themselves in one of Bali's most breathtaking natural settings.
This is actually a famous temple. It is right here on the water, and it is the temple that is on the 50,000 of the local currency. And actually, if you Google Bali temple, this is the temple that appears, so it is a very popular tourist spot.
With that, it was time to head to our next stop, where you can enjoy stunning vistas of two lakes that are right next to each other.
We are here at the Twin Lake View, and as the name says, you can see two lakes from over here. It is really, really beautiful. If you wouldn't know, you could think you are somewhere in Switzerland or Austria, but this is beautiful Bali. And even crazier is what people do on the street here. They have pets, and the pets are a massive bat, iguana and a python snake. And they are just there, not chained in any way, but with the owners since they were babies, so I guess they don't fly away. You can take a picture with them or some money, and that's crazy. Never seen something like that, but also a creative way to make a living. No. Wow.
So scary. Friendly.
We have not yet seen a crucial bit of Balinese beauty, a waterfall. But we are about to change that by visiting the Banyumala waterfall, which I have probably completely mispronounced. This waterfall is known for its lush greenery and crystal clear waters, as well as its picturesque setting. We're walking down to the waterfall, and this is how steep it is. This is just a part of it. It is very, very far down, and we are not even close to it yet. Still walking down to the waterfall, and one path here is straight next to the waterfall. Water is coming from the wall. Once you arrive, you will be rewarded with a refreshing view and a perfect spot for brave swimmers that don't mind freezing cold water, or simply perfect for those that just want to enjoy the view on this beautiful waterfall. You guessed it, it's time to continue the journey, which leads us to a sort of farm of coffee and cacao beans, where the guide explains how things grow and you get the opportunity to taste your way through all flavors. And at the end there is a little shop where you can buy some of the tasted drinks. But what was crazier for me is that I tried coffee that was made from coffee beans that have been partially digested and then pooped out by an animal. You heard me right. It's also the most expensive coffee in the world. Would you try that? This is the animal that eats coffee beans, poos them out and makes the most expensive coffee in the world.
Is it?
Right?
Yes, it is.
So I'm trying a lot of different tea, and then I have coffee here. That's the local coffee, Bali coffee, and that's the coffee that the animal has put out. How's it called? Luwak coffee, right? Yes. Okay, so this one was lemongrass. It's so sweet and nice. Does it have sugar? Oh, okay. That's the cacao, right?
Yes, it's cacao.
That was very herby. I'm trying the Luwak coffee for the first time. Oh god, I'm a bit scared. Tastes very mild. Not strong.
Yeah.
Tastes like coffee, doesn't taste like tea, so that's already good. No, it's nice. I like it.
Yes.
I would drink this. It wasn't the most expensive coffee in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very caffeinated, but with so many spots visited in one day, it's time to call it a night. Luckily, our trip with Wayan continued just the next morning with a trip to another famous waterfall. Behind me is the Tegenunang waterfall, which is very close to Ubud city center and therefore very popular and very touristic here. But it is brown at the moment because in rainy season it gets very brown, and in dry season it's super blue and you can swim inside. It has been raining quite a lot, hence the color has changed. And over there is a pool. You can get a drink, swim there with this view. That must look awesome. Since Wayan always went the extra mile to explain the Balinese culture to us, we learned that it is normal for Balinese people to leave their doors open to their houses as a sign of welcoming everyone. I couldn't stop but wonder how safe that is, so Wayan stopped with us at a random house, where we indeed saw all doors being open, while the family wasn't even home. It actually blew my mind, but I found that to be such a beautiful testament to the trust in people in Bali.
More room, this is for parents and then the children. And then on the street direction, they have a kitchen.
What Wayan is explaining here to us is the way Balinese multi-generational houses are built, which follows a very clear design outline and is almost identical across these types of properties. They are traditionally inherited to the younger generations and never actually sold.
When we have a wedding not in the temple, wedding not in the hotel, wedding also will be done here. And then when somebody dies, before they go to the cemetery for funeral, the body keep there for just a while, waiting a good day for funeral or cremation.
And on our way out, we saw a neighbor with just the cutest puppies.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Wow.
Coffee.
Our next stop was, of course, a very popular spot that must be on every Bali itinerary, the Tegalang Rice Terraces, which is such an iconic place in Bali.
Which is one of the more popular ones and one of the more touristic rice terraces. And the beauty of this rice terrace is the mix of jungle and the fields, and together it just looks like the pure Balinese beauty. On the prices here, as other attractions in Bali, you have to pay a small entrance fee if you want to enter the rice terrace. It's really quite small. I think it was either 10,000 per person or 10,000 per couple. And then you have some attractions here like the swings or a zip line, and all of that has its price as well, obviously, but you don't have to do it. You can just walk around the fields here. However, if you walk on the main paths close to the edge, this is kind of included in your fee. If you want to go deeper into the rice fields, obviously these rice fields belong to someone, and so it is nice if you donate to the farmers who expect it as well. But if you do not have the change or the money, they let you pass as well, but it is their land, so it is nice to donate to them, of course. And lots of coffee shops overseeing the view, so just pick one of them. This one actually comes with a pool, so you even get to swim with this view, but it's really cool that you can just sit and enjoy it.
Because paying for pictures on a swing was a bit too overpriced for me, I didn't do that. But once we went for lunch to one of the cafes on that side, I saw that they had their own mini swing, which was more than enough to make me happy for some swing pictures. And with our bellies full,
we decided to take a little hike on the rice terrace. There are lots of stoned paths like this one that help you walk around, but if it rains, it's very, very slippery.
And while we were walking around the rice fields, slipping over the mud, we saw groups of people leaving with a man and then him coming back alone to find the next group of people. There was not much conversation, in fact none, but when we saw the man being free, we took the opportunity and approached him. Immediately we started walking through the fields in really high speed, without knowing where we are going. But what we did know was that we saw insane beauty hidden in the depths of the rice fields, away from the tourists.
We reached the new levels of hiking, barefoot hiking in the rice terraces. Thank you.
With our shoes disassembling and almost losing our phone in the mud, we weirdly trusted the unknown person to go deeper and deeper into the fields, with a big smile on his face and an even bigger one on ours.
We are here still full on hiking in the jungle. It gets so slippery. And it's very beautiful. It's completely off the beaten track. Very, very few tourists. Wow. Now we're getting into a bamboo forest. Look at that.
Since we didn't talk much, there was no price agreed up front, but we of course compensated the man for his time and the kind of surreal experience we had with him. After a good dinner with that view, it was time to call it a day and continue our trip from beautiful Ubud to the beautiful beaches of Bali, starting in Seminyak. The Seminyak beach is a Bali gem that effortlessly combines natural beauty with a lively atmosphere.
We are now on the way to the beach, and the hotel has a private beach part, so really excited for that.
And while a private beach is definitely a nice perk to have, it's not a must here in Seminyak, as there are various options to either sunbath on the sand with your own towel or by renting one of the many sunbeds that there are. The beach itself is stretching along the southwestern coast of Bali and is a black sandy beach that is renowned for its stunning sunsets and excellent surf opportunities.
That's our first meal here on the beach, and it's quite exotic. I mean, we get chicken satay here over a charcoal grill steaming. My view is the beach. It couldn't get any better.
What sets Seminyak apart is its relaxed vibe. In fact, I've never quite seen a beach that is dotted with so many colorful beach bars, where you can be watching the sun dip below the horizon on the many sitting bags while listening to live music. The next day started with a healthy breakfast and some pool time before heading out to explore the city.
Walking the streets in Seminyak is pure excitement. You have The motorbikes and the Vespas passing by everywhere. It's so busy and packed, but it's so unique in Southeast Asia that it makes it exciting to just walk the streets and try to survive crossing a road. You have restaurants everywhere.
And that's exactly where we headed, to try some local dishes like nasi goreng. And after some more exploring, there it was, a spa with affordable prices and a good ranking. Super relaxed and completely unplanned, we somehow ended up in a bar or club that was just amazing. In fact, we came back to this place the next day and we were still amazed by the interior design.
We have come to La Favela. It's such a unique venue. I've never seen something similar to that at all. It's a restaurant and then it gets to a club bar at night, and the venue itself is just an experience. Absolutely come here.
After that night, it was exactly that one last dip into the warm waters of the ocean that we needed before we continued on to our next beach destination.
Our next destination is Uluwatu, which is known for white sandy beaches and that beachy type of holiday. It is different to places like Seminyak and Canggu, which are potentially more famous with tourists at the moment, but those beaches are black sandy beaches. They are also beautiful, but Uluwatu is known for the white sandy beaches.
The welcome to the hotel just set the scene perfectly, with traditional music being played before we headed out.
The first beach that we are exploring here in Uluwatu is the Impossible Beach, and as the name suggests, it is quite impossible to get here. The way down is on big stairs, and climbing them up now is something I'm looking forward to already. But the beach itself is very beautiful and relaxing. It's white sand and people are surfing here a lot. However, it is very rocky outside and also inside, so swimming here might be a challenge without the proper equipment.
The next beach we explored was the Padang Beach, and guess what? The way down was equally challenging. But here the challenge did not only come from the narrow cave-like path down, but also from the many monkeys around, waiting for their luck to grab something to eat. The beach itself has crystal clear blue water and beautiful scenery, as well as limited facilities, including a few small cafes and local vendors selling snacks and refreshments. After a long day on the beach with an early start, we didn't quite make it till the amazing sunset that there is, and made our way back up on the many steep stairs. Our time in Bali is sadly coming to an end, but Bali has so much to offer, from beautiful Ubud to the beaches in Seminyak or Uluwatu. What your preferred place is depends a lot on what type of activities you want to do, or simply do it all. If I had a chance to go back to Bali, I'd probably spend even more time in Ubud, as that for me is a very unique spot with an even more memorable vibe to it. Let me know what your favorite spot is in Bali, and if you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.